Okay.
She said, okay.
Oh, because I'm so used to seeing something pop up and now.
Hello, hello, hello. I just say, come on in, come on in.
She said, come on in.
come on in.
We are
Oh,
here.
okay,
There you
that
go.
is. It is showing. Look at
It
that.
almost look purple on the screen.
It
My jacket.
does.
Oh, it does. Oh, that's cute.
It's
It
reflecting me,
is.
my inner me.
Uh-oh.
Echo.
Whoopsie. Right here.
Oh, I was like,
Okay, there we go.
Oh, it's my phone. Okay. So, welcome, you guys. I am yours truly, Zeman Show. And my guest, you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I am Lala Maria.
And I am Tish. Hey, y'all.
So we're going to talk about how platinum artist, how you like the chef of the
see
year,
what
like stuff like that.
See what? Now I am a platinum artist. To emotionally driven, you can find me on all digital platforms. And yes, there we go. I am artistry legend and all of that good stuff.
Oh, y'all want to
She's like, oh.
y'all want to know about me? Oh, my name.
Yes.
I am Tish, but I am also Chef Tish.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're here. I don't know what else I need to say about me.
That's it. Just you.
Okay.
I
I'm
am
here.
Chef Tish.
I am Chef Tish, and I'm here.
Hi.
Hi, y'all.
Okay, so this is so different. I am so trying to get used to this. I'm used to the camera and just me. Like, so you guys, today we're going to discuss, and not used to that whole interaction and all that jazz. So today we are going to get into things that we've learned, regrets, lessons, blessings from our 20s, 30s, and 40s. Okay, so I'm going to start with things that you should do in your 20s. So we're all over our 20s.
Yes.
So look back at our 20s and things that we wish we would have done, basically, is what this list is. So if you guys got anything that, so yes or no, and then if you have anything you want to jump in, little story, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing, you wish you would have paid attention to your mental health.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. 'Cause
I didn't think I had any mental issues.
That,
And I
yes.
think I was born crazy, with issues.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't identify with having mental issues in my 20s. I knew everything. I was right, and everybody else is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it, like when you around it, it becomes normal. So you don't think of it, this is, mental issue, this is toxic because that's the behavior you see.
Right. Or it just becomes normal because you let it pile up over the years and then it just explode.
Yeah.
So like that's what happened. I know me, like it went from teen and then when I was in my 20s it exploded.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, yeah. Yep.
I'm still in my 20s, so I'm just saying. That's that mental right there.
Right.
Just like that's an example.
Just like that. Right.
So the next thing, you wish you would have chased your dream job.
Yes. And not get discouraged.
I gave up being a doctor. So I wish I would have kept with it and I would have been a doctor by now.
Man, I would have been a college professor, music education. I literally had 1 year left. But yeah, so I would have been a professor right now.
That would have been perfect for you.
And I would have been a lawyer.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yes.
I was told I wasn't smart enough, so I didn't try it.
Girl, boom to them.
Yeah.
Boom to your haters.
I never tried. I went opposite direction.
Okay. So the next thing, you wish you would have traveled a lot and sometimes alone.
Well, I did travel a lot in my 20s.
I only traveled to see family. Like I never traveled for like, I want to do this. This sounds like a fun place to go. I'm just going to go. I never did that in my 20s.
Yeah, I think like in my 20s, I was more like, because I went on a lot of business conferences. So we had 3 of them a year.
Oh.
So it was like, okay, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going there. So it got to the point where I got used to it. So my whole 20s, it's like I don't have no kids, no responsibilities. Bye. So so I was out in my 20s. I was out of there.
Yeah, I definitely traveled. I was, in the Army. I would hit the highway. I'm trying to, I'll be gone. In my 20s, I definitely was out of there. So
Yeah.
So just me, the only one. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Did you guys ever like travel just by yourself to somewhere? Like how, I mean, you hear people doing that, like, oh, you should do that. Like, how is that though?
I never did it. I'm kind of like, because it's so crazy in this world. It's like, I really don't. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie. I did think about it a while back. I'm like, man, I should just go on a trip to myself and just enjoy myself. And I thought about it. I'm like, but what if I get snatched up?
Right. I don't know nobody.
Right.
You talked yourself out of it, right?
Right. Like, nope, that's all right. Nope, you coming with me? Let's go.
I traveled by myself, but it was more like from one state to the next. I never went anywhere overseas or, you know,
Right.
like that. But I've definitely went out to eat by myself or
Oh, yeah.
on a little staycation by myself. So I've done that.
Okay.
I have.
Okay. Live on your own.
I've done that.
In my 20s? Oh,
Yeah.
no. See, my house was full all the time, so no. I had my own place. My name was on the lease, but I had a whole mountain of people in my house.
Right. In my 20s, I lived alone, but I was married. So
What, did your husband live with you, or you just
he was there. I mean, that was his address.
Okay.
But typically, it felt alone to me.
See, that's how it was. Like, I got married young, and I
Yeah.
had started a family young, so I never lived. Even after I got divorced and moved out, I was still had a child with me, so
Yeah.
it's not alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Fun times.
Treat yourself to something expensive. I didn't.
I have.
I bought a car, but
That's a good treatment, you know.
not really, because you had to get around. Like, so it
Like, I
wasn't like a
needed it,
treat.
right?
It was a necessity.
Right, but the ability to be able to buy one.
Yeah, yeah, that's
In
true.
your, we said 20s, right?
Yeah.
So that was a good accomplishment.
In the 20s.
Without a cosigner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I had cosigners.
I didn't. I never really didn't, because I was always the type of person, like, even if I had a big load of money, I always gave to other people.
Yeah.
So it was like I never really did anything expensive for myself. It was more of helping other people out or seeing how I could be a blessing to somebody else. So that's pretty much me.
And I think for me, it was like I didn't have a lot growing up. So when I had money, I'm like, no, I can't spend it, because what if this happens to me and then I'm not going to have anything? And just always being in that mindset of you have to be prepared ahead of time, that I didn't enjoy it. So,
Right.
Gotcha.
okay. So you wish you in your 20s, you wouldn't have been afraid to ask things.
Oh, yeah. I wish I would have said, I wish I could take the statement back, because my daughter said the same thing. I'm going to do it on my own, or I did it by myself, or I did it on my, you know. And to be honest, it may not have been the people I wanted to help me, but somebody that was definitely helping me get to that next level. So I wish I would have just said, I need help. I mean, I'm hungry. Can I get something to eat? You know,
Yeah.
I didn't do that enough.
Yeah. Me neither. I didn't like, even down to now, like, that didn't never change. I'm 37 years old. I'm still the same. Like,
it has to change.
that didn't change. It's like I hate asking people for anything, because it got to the point in my life, and this has started in my 20s, where people would start doing things for me, and then next thing I know, they rub it in my face
Yeah.
of what they did for me. So
Exactly.
I got that mindset real early. Like, you know what? I'm not about to ask nobody for nothing.
Yeah.
That's just how I've been my whole life.
Yeah, because I mean, it is true. Some people are like that, like, oh, or they'll go tell people, I'm like, oh, so and so's doing good. Yeah, but the other day I had to loan her money for her rent. It's like,
Right, I get
wow.
that.
So,
Right.
Or you got people that like, you be like, nah, I'm gonna let y'all go. I don't have the finances right now. Y'all go ahead and have fun. Nah, girl, I got you. You sure? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I don't have it. Nah, I got you. The next thing, I had to pay for her to get in here.
yeah.
I did not ask you to do that, man. So like, so from that point, it's like, yeah, I'm not asking nobody for nothing.
And I used to be the friend where it's like, if I ask you to go somewhere, I'm not asking you if you got the money to go. I just want you to come. And you
Right.
had some people that was like, oh, and they're appreciative. Then you had some was like, yes, I'll get the lobster. And like, okay. See.
Right. They
Yeah.
came along for the ride.
Yes. And I
pretty
had to
much.
stop doing that. Oh, KK. He said, ladies,
Hey,
good to see
Hey,
y'all on.
KK.
Yes. That's the thing. Like, you have so many people watching, but nobody want to comment. That's okay. If
Thanks
y'all have
for
something to say,
commenting, KK.
join
We
in.
appreciate you.
Okay. So the next thing that you wish you would have did in your 20s, eat whatever you liked. I'm pretty sure I did that in my 20s.
I did too. That's how I found out I was allergic to shellfish, because I would eat some crab legs like crazy in my 20s. But
so how did that happen? Like, did just one day you just swell up, like after the 3rd pound, or like I don't know, because she said she was just eating, or was it like, oh, my throat's always itchy, but I'm gonna keep going, like
all the above. Legit, I didn't know. I couldn't figure out what was breaking me out. You know, we had to bring it down to, okay, what did you eat today? What happened today? Where were you at today? Because it's not just shellfish. It's so many things I'm allergic to. I could be in a bubble like cats and dust and this and that, strawberries. But I can eat strawberries, but I can't eat so many. I can eat kiwi, but I can't eat too much. I can't eat mangoes, tropical fruit. You know, it's just like, oh my goodness. Yeah. So it just was, that day is when it really just, this is the only thing I know I've done. And it was, I went to a crab leg buffet. So,
that's the worst place to get the allergy.
And it was good too. That was the last time. It was good. I was 28 years old. So I remember the time, the day, the restaurant, like everything. And I knew at that point, at 28, and I'm 44 now, that I could never eat shellfish again. I tried with Benadryl. I tried everything, but when you're allergic to something, especially food allergies, just stay away from it.
Yeah. I think for me, I stopped eating shellfish when I see them compare it to roaches and stuff.
Because it's the bottom of the sea, crustacean.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, I can't. Y'all done ruined that.
They look. I just can't look nothing. I can't eat nothing that look at me when they got legs out. I can't do it. I remember I bought some shrimp. I had bought some shrimp, and they had the whole body on. First of all, the head ain't on the chicken, okay? If the head was on the chicken, I was not going to eat you. Okay? I'm not doing it. I thought
you meant in general.
No. I'm not. Okay. I can't do that. Like,
she's a vegan now.
Right?
Everything got a head on it.
No, I had bought some shrimp, right? And they had the little eyes and the legs on them. Like,
I'm
not eating that. I'm not eating nothing that could just look at me like, hi. Like, how you about to eat? Like, I'm not doing it. Like, okay. Like,
but they do look like roaches, though. But
yes, that ruins it so bad. Okay. So,
but if I can go do some crab legs right now, I would. I mean, I want some butter. I want some lemon.
We can't go. We're not gonna be sitting in the emergency room, man.
No.
Hold up.
This is what you learned from your 20s. Like, you can't be like, you know what? It's later. Right? I'm not 28 no more. It might not work.
I went back to like, oh, I can taste it. Let me have my moment.
Okay. So the next thing that you wish you would have done is examine what you want out of life. I think in my 20s, I was just going along with it and what I think I should be doing. I didn't actually sit down and say, hey, here's the path I need to be taking. I was just going with the motions of stuff. So
right.
Yeah. Me in my 20s, I used to do something called a dream board party. They call it a vision party.
Yeah.
So in my 20s, like every week I would have, because we had a big old building, big basement. So every week I have like a group of people come over and do a dream board party, and listen to some music, sip a little whatever, and that's just what it was. But what happened in my late 20s, I had someone tear my dreams down. So if I wish that if I can go back in the hands of time, but yes, I did. I had my dreams out there, but it was ruined, and I let it tear me down. So, yes.
Listen, y'all. I really can't remember a lot of my 20s. To be honest, I know I made it. I'm here. Yeah. I would have changed a lot. I probably would have listened more. I don't know where we at in this conversation because, I am the oldest one, so I get to kind of have amnesia. So I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
I don't know. Maybe the 30s I can remember, but 20s, nah, it was, I don't remember.
She's like, get me on the next decade.
Right?
I can't quite remember what was going on.
Okay, so the last thing you wish you would have done in your 20s is get rid of bad people.
Ooh.
Lord, yes.
That's a double-edged sword because if I'd have got rid of certain people, then I wouldn't have my kid, I plead the fifth again.
Yeah. I got rid of a lot of people in my late 20s, but then I gained some more people. That was toxic. So
right.
Yeah.
So we just made room.
Yeah, for real. Just made room for more toxic people. Like, oh man.
Oh, Bentley Ray said that he didn't get to sing his Christmas song yesterday. He didn't get drunk enough. He fell asleep and forgot.
Oh, shaking my head at you, Bentley. Shaking my head.
But yeah, no, I should have got rid of people, but I was so that kind of person where I don't want to give up and it's going to change and you got to believe in people. And I was used so much and abused. I'm like, I wish I would have now looking back, but at that time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get into things you probably regretted in your 20s. First thing is you probably regretted not exercising.
Won't be true for me because I was definitely in the Army and I definitely didn't have a choice.
Oh, yes.
And I was definitely working out in my 20s. Definitely wasn't working out. So I was forced to work out in my 20s.
I had a gym membership. Did not use it much. Except when I did swimming lessons, I used it for that. But it was like, oh, it's too far. Which now in San Antonio, like, now this is far for real far. But there it was like, oh, it's like 4 exits up. And I'm just like, that's fine.
Oh, no.
I'll wait until genetics kick in and then I get big like the rest of my family. Then I'll start. But
You're so silly.
like, I can't.
No, I did a lot of walking because we had of course, I live lakefronts in Chicago, but I did a lot of walking and a lot of dancing. I used to dance a lot, okay, like a lot, and but
juvenile,
right, girl, I'm trying to tell like, hey, get nothing. No, but for real, but as much as I exercise, I ate. So
yeah,
Right.
I used to be like, oh, we going to the restaurant? Where we going? So yeah, it didn't matter.
I used to do that. Like, okay, we're gonna walk to the gym, work out, and on the way back on the walk home, I'm stop and get a Cinnabon, and I would be eating the Cinnabon on the walk home. I'm like, well, I just worked out. I feel like I earned it.
Right.
So.
Right, it's like order a salad with a large fry.
Right.
Definitely would do that with a Coke.
With a Diet Coke.
No, I don't want no diet.
No, not
The
diet.
diet was the salad. Everything else is, necessary.
Right.
Another regret is credit card debt. I didn't have that. I had student loans in my 20s, not credit cards. So
I wish I was able to have the choice to have the credit card debt in my 20s, but I was one of those ones that grew up with people putting things in your name when you were young.
Oh, yeah.
So I was already doomed for, failure because I had credit and stuff in my name when I wasn't even old enough to have a job. So
Wow.
And that's crazy for me that they don't just take it off. Like you have to actually fight them to get stuff
or
taken
pay
off.
it.
Yeah.
Or to put the person who did it in jail.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, no, and that's been us in our 20s, being kind, being thoughtful. But then the person who did it to you wasn't thinking about how it's going to affect you.
Nope.
So it's like, okay. So now I'm in my 40s, and I was in my early 40s the first time I bought a home. But that stuff that happened to me when I was in my 16, 17, 18 years old, it affected my whole adult life.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was already doomed for failure because I didn't even have opportunity as far as credit goes. So now I'm very crucial about my credit and how I use it, and because I didn't have that chance. It was later in life when I finally had control over my own credit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had that one college credit card, with the one they.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, they be like, oh, you can have $1,000 and you can do. I'm like, oh, 1,000.
Right.
Do tell me more. Tell me more about this
And then
1,000.
you pay 5,000, right?
Right? Yeah, it's like, oh man. But if I could go back in the head time, I'd be like, look, lie, don't you sign up?
Right.
Don't you do
Don't
that?
The next thing is not investing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about investing
Me
in my
either.
20s.
No. If someone would have told me half the stuff I know now, I definitely would have invested in something, invested even now. And we're in a place where we all are in either our 20s, 30s, or 40s and on this panel. I don't know who I'm the 20-year-old. I forgot.
She's like, I don't know.
I'm
But you just said you were the older and amnesia.
They didn't pay
That means we
attention.
teenagers.
They
We
didn't
like,
pay- My babies are here with me, But paying attention to investing and our credit, it's a must to have control over your own life. It's like we got to do that. We gotta, do better.
Yeah, and it's like they explained, like with me back then, they told you like, yeah, you need to start investing in this and this and that, but then they didn't tell you how.
Exactly.
So it was just like, okay, I know you telling me to invest, but what am I supposed to do? Like, I need some type of guidance. Can you tell me what it is? So yeah,
They did not.
Right.
They showed us how to write a check.
Yes, they
Yes.
did. Yes, they did.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing is not asking someone out.
Y'all already
You
know
regret.
He said, "Oh no."
You already know.
Y'all already know I'm the aggressor in the situation. So
You're like, I shot my shot. So
right. I shot my
I
shot.
don't know about you,
I don't know
boo, but
about y'all. I definitely shot my shot. So I'm the aggressor. I'm just hands down.
I don't know. I'm like, who I think I passed up? I don't think so.
Yeah, I was used to the guys talking to me, so I was
Yeah,
like, I'm not about to go to you and talk to you. If you don't talk to me, that means you don't like me. So we good. Like,
I would have had nobody because ain't nobody gonna stick to me. They would not approach me, so I probably had no. Listen, baby, my scenario in my world, I had to approach because when nobody gonna approach me, who gonna approach me? Really, think about it.
girl,
She don't look approachable. She look mean. You know, so like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
what up, little shouty? What up?
Get that number. What's up, bow legs? You know, so, in my 20s. You know? So that's what my mind. That's what I said. I want to talk about my 20s because I was chasing in my 20s, you know. But I got them in my 40s, so
I know that's
imagine
right.
that.
Get it, girl. Get it.
Okay. Regret not relocating for a better job. I did not get offered a job anywhere outside of where I was.
Or not accepting a job that's out of the location that you're in. Say, well, if it's not in this area that I live in,
Yeah.
then I won't take it. I've done that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I don't want to leave this place, so I'm not even gonna apply.
Yeah.
So I guess so. Yeah.
I think I did too. Like, it was the people that do the plane things. You know what I'm talking about?
Stewardess?
The ones that's in the tower though.
Oh.
Air traffic controllers?
Because I think you have to be.
Yes.
You can only be. The oldest you can be is like 28 or 29 or something like that around that time. And I had the
Yeah.
opportunity to go,
Wow.
and I was just like, "That's far." I'm like, "No, I'm straight." I regret that though.
Right,
That was
'cause
some
you
money.
could- you could-
Like, right. Like, oh man. Like, right.
Planes would have been all over the place. Like,
Right.
wait.
Right, like, oh, sorry, I was listening to my headphones. My bad.
Right.
Where is
Breathe.
it? You regret in your 20s letting a partner's opinion determine your choices.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Ugh.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause in my 20s, the person I was with, their opinion, like I couldn't wear certain things. I couldn't talk to certain people. I couldn't hang around certain people. I couldn't do certain things. So yeah, I'm like, I wish I would have been like, boy, bye.
Right.
But I did it.
Yep. And mine was just as simple as I don't like. Well, y'all call it what y'all call it out here? I call it gym shoes. Y'all call it sneakers and tennis shoes. Yeah, my bad. Y'all call it well, we call it gym shoes in Chicago. So, but
What
like
if you ain't going to the gym? You
Right.
gonna wear 'em? Like,
Gym shoes are like
that's what they
Converse
call them.
or
They call
I
all
don't
of them.
know.
All of them gym shoes. Jordans are gym shoes. They just
right.
gym shoes.
What you wear in the gym?
But no, but we like mine, like I couldn't wear them. I had to wear heels all the time.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, we're walking on a lakefront. It is a lot of rocks over here. I have to wear heels. Yep.
Be
Okay.
careful where you step.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah.
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 So I would have took that heel and slapped her if I can go back.
What about you, Tish? Said
I would do. I mean, I would. Here we go again. The amnesia, because I'm like, I know I agreed. Didn't I agree? That's what my point. Period.
Right.
What they said. But yeah, I do regret, letting people control me because that's when it really affected me most because I felt like I was on my own. I'm independent, but I go back and think, at what point was I really independent because I allowed people
Right.
to tell me what I can and cannot do.
yeah.
So, yeah, I regret it.
Yeah.
So Spicy said, "Hey, Queen."
Hi,
Hey,
Spicy.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Right?
Something else you might have regretted in your 20s is getting married too quickly.
Yes. Definitely,
Yeah.
yes. Definitely, yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I wish I would have like
The logic
Curved
wasn't even right
some
because
people.
the reason why I got married didn't even make sense. So, yes.
definitely agree with that. So another thing you probably regretted in your 20s is trying to live how you think 20-year-olds are supposed to live.
Right, my heart is hopping Daisy Dukes. What was I thinking about? I grew up tomboyish. Like, no one ever saw me outside of black, gray, blue, baggy, joined the
Yep.
military. I'm on my own, and everybody was just everybody dressed like that. No one paid me no attention, or they say, "How you doing, sir?" So I'm like, you know what? Let me just show them what I'm working with. And then I had somebody like John say, "Go put some clothes on." I have clothes on, but I regret conforming to that because I did go straight from, like I said, tomboyish to nothing. I had my time where I was halter tops, Daisy Dukes, just clothesless most of the time. So yeah,
I've never worn Daisy Dukes before.
I did.
I never did.
That's
I
all they sold.
never had my cheeks or my cupcakes out. Like,
I didn't have any cheeks. See, I'm not fortunate to even have cheeks, so I didn't feel like I was even in violation because it like I had a whole lot splattered all over the place,
But some of them make you have cheeks. It make
Yeah.
you look like you got cheeks.
the way they round it.
Oh, for real, because I suffer from no acetol.
No, you got more than you got more than I do. They call me Becky, you know what I'm saying? So I'm top heavy, and that's about it. Thank God for what I do have now. So I did fill out a little bit, but back then I was really small waist. I really didn't have like, what is she showing? But it was short. It was a thing. It was the halter top. It was the half tops, and I just felt like I needed to do that to feel like notice me.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason why I did it. But then I had people in my corner be like, I didn't like hackling. I didn't like guys be like, hey, I didn't like all that type of
Yeah.
attention. So I had John always tell me, put some clothes on. I'm like, I just became uncovered. I've been covered my whole life. So I felt like taking off more and wearing less is like me being free and independent. But no, I regret that.
So Spicy said, I was a tomboy too. I didn't get into dresses until I became a published author and doing motivational speaking. Yeah, I didn't start wearing dresses until I was in my 20s because before that I'm like,
Right.
But once I got a real job and you had to dress a certain way, that's when I started.
Right.
Okay, so now we're going to get into our 30s.
All right.
Here are things that you should do in your 30s. Go out more.
I would say stay at home. If you ain't went out by 30, I don't know why you out there now.
I'm trying to tell
Don't find me. Don't mute me or anything. But at that point, that's 30s is investing, career minded, business minded. Stacking your bread. At 30s, you shouldn't still be doing or thinking like you in your 20s. If you in your 30s and acting like you in your 20s, then you behind a power curve.
And I would say I've been out more in my 30s only because we had so much going on here, like doing Vibe and doing different things. So that's the most I've been out in my
all
life.
business, right?
Yeah.
We on our grind.
Very much
we
business.
doing business, right?
What if it's like the first year of 30? The first year of 30, you just easing out of 20.
Yeah.
You just easing out.
Denial
So
still.
yeah, but after that, yeah, I do believe the older you get, you need to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to chill. But now I started going out. I went out more when I'm in my 20s and 30s than 30s. Because 30s now it's like, I'm going to go out. Nope. It's like 7:15. I'm about to go watch my Christmas stories. All right.
Hallmark, here we come.
Right?
I don't know if you talking like brunch and mimosas. I'm like, yes, I am there. What, dinner?
Right.
Right.
So,
That's different. We talking about lunch, dinner,
Yeah.
or brunch. We
Yeah,
want to eat.
Yeah.
You
But
said,
going out is more like,
no.
no, I'm not gonna be out in the club.
Right.
No, I'd rather be at home. I'm definitely a homebody in the 30s. I was definitely a homebody. I'm still a homebody, so
Yeah.
it didn't shift.
Okay, so Spicy said, like Lala said, in my 30s, I wish I hadn't cheated on me.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
definitely cheating on myself heavily.
Right.
Well,
Trying to tell you,
in my 20s, I think I was.
Right.
My 30s, I got a little bit more faithful with myself, but in my 20s,
but it's the later 30s when
Yeah.
you realize, like,
Right.
dang, like,
I realized that the other day. I'm like, I'm in my late 30s now. Like, Lord.
yes,
I thought the world
started.
was about to
Don't say Lord, like, you know.
I mean, I know it's a good thing because a lot of people don't reach that age, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm just like, when did I blink and wake up in my late 30s? Like,
Right.
when?
Right.
Girl, I already started embracing it. Okay, so
I
my
ain't get
birthday
that.
next month, right? But I'm like, I was like, so somebody asked me, like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 38. No, I'm not. I'm 37. I
still got
time.
Right.
But I started embracing it. So I'm like, oh man. But I'm excited to be 40. So
Okay.
I am.
I'm not.
Be excited because they say the 40 is the new 30. So you get the chance to go back. And
Yeah,
I'm in my
yeah.
40s, and that's not true, but okay. You know, I'm holding on. I'm holding on.
Another thing, travel solo. So we kind of talked about it in the
Yeah.
20s,
Yeah.
but make me time a priority is something you should do in your 30s. Yeah. I think I'm starting to embrace that now more because before I felt like if I had time off or anything, I need to be doing something. Now I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to focus on me. Like I will go out and go hiking, be all up in. Oh my God. Listen, so I was hiking. I was hiking last week and I'm just like listening to my chakra and spiritual stuff. And I'm going through the woods and then I seen a sign that says, you know, watch out for wolves, coyotes, and
Oh,
wild
no.
hogs. I was like, let me get this stick. I'm
Right.
like, how stupid are you? Like you, but it was so refreshing. But I'm like, oh, okay, girl, you black. Like, what is you doing? Why is you walking through these woods? So, and then I took one earphone out. Like, let me that way I could hear something
I need to hear.
rustle.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like, I'm starting now to embrace me time and
Yeah.
not feel guilty about having me time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel me time is important because, like I said, that's what I had to do last weekend. I just turned my phone off, what's the last one? Yeah, turned my phone off, turned everything off. So it is important, but to me, it's the such thing as too much me time. Because too much me time caused me to think a lot,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
it goes, you know, then you
Right.
start being like, dang, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, why didn't I?
Right.
You know what I
Spiral
mean?
down. Right.
Mhm.
I start coming up with different scenarios
I'm
in
trying
my
to
head
tell
and
you,
stuff.
like, can we go back to the future?
Oh, so Spicy wants to know if you're a Capricorn, Lala.
Oh yes, ma'am, cap.
And then Bird says, good evening, queens.
Hey,
Hello.
Bird. Hey, girl. Hey.
And then Bentley said, I'm trying to listen and interact with the show, but this idiot at work won't stop talking to
You
me.
at work, Bentley. Go on and handle your business.
I'll be like that at work. I was like that at work today. I'm like, I'm trying to watch a new episode
Right.
of Insecure, and y'all keep wanting to ask me
You
to
at
work.
work.
Like, y'all want me to work. Like, how dare you?
On the clock, bro. What are you talking?
Not my problem.
Right.
It just came out.
Like,
Like,
you interrupt my show. Mm-hmm.
okay, so another thing that you should do in your 30s, take care of your skin.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I get bad about like the whole drinking water and stuff. I'm like, oh, I got to get better about that.
I do too.
And
girl.
have a whole moisturizing regimen. And it's just my thing is I stay focused for like 3 days. And then
Right.
day 4, I'm like, oh, I'll do it tonight. I know I'm supposed to do it in the morning. And then by that, I'm out.
Right.
I think I just gotta learn how, because I'm like, now that I'm a little older, I'm like, I need to really take care of my skin. Like, what is up? So now just I really learn how to do it. But yeah,
Absolutely. I love my vitamin E. I just straight do vitamin E oil, like for my hands or just my face. It's not like heavy, it's light, but it's still good for scars. So I started doing just straight. I have it in my bag right now, but just straight vitamin E oil.
Does it work on stretch marks as
Yes.
well? Okay,
I
'cause my
keep
thighs and
right. It's pure
I'm gonna get
vitamin
them
E oil.
Daisy Dukes. I need to
Anyway.
get them.
We're not
she's
doing
like, I'm gonna do
Daisy
Daisy Dukes.
Dukes.
I'm doing it. You
No.
brought it
One
up.
time in life, I have
We're
not
gonna have
done
to
it.
go back to the what you call them, the tights. Put some tights on.
Under it.
Oh my God, I
Put you
remember
some
that.
tights on. That's
like
the
the
80s. So put your tights on and your little Daisy Dukes on, but you can't wear straight. We're not doing that, Prezi. No, ma'am. It's not happening.
She said, I'm gonna try. You're gonna see one
When you
cheek.
see me
gonna
out.
see-
No, see,
I'm gonna have a kick
now,
out.
No, Zetra would be the one that's not allowed to wear Daisy Dukes because she's well endowed in some areas that my acetol don't have. So no.
She said no. She said so tights and dukes.
Or biking shorts or something.
And people
no.
like, look at her trying to bring something back. That was the 80s girl. We ain't doing that.
Everything comes back.
Then you gotta have the ponytail with the fan.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Y'all gonna have me looking
Aquanet
ridiculous.
hairspray.
Right? That's Spritz.
I'm gonna look ridiculous.
Are we doing an 80s party? What I hear?
An 80s party.
Oh
Oh,
my
that would be
God.
fun.
That would. Then I can.
I heard it.
Okay.
I
we
just
need to
heard
do
it.
But
that.
then remember the colorful socks with the toes in them? I want one. I mean, I haven't had those in a while.
Well,
yeah, we need to do that. So
That'd
we're
be
gonna
dope.
plan that.
Right.
So Bentley Ray said he did cuss the guy out. So
Oh my goodness.
might be in an unemployment line. Spicy said her son was a Capricorn, loving, good heart, no drama zone. She loved it.
Yes.
Spicy said, did y'all see that thing on skin peeling? No, I did not. Have no idea. Bentley said, things I do in my 30s. I switched from Hennessy to Douce. So he upgraded. Okay, I see you.
When you do get older in that area, you know, your body can't handle certain things. So you do have to shift.
But my
accordingly.
budget be like, girl,
Right.
put that down.
Drink water.
Like
Drink
baby,
water.
Like
Don't have the
baby.
same effect.
Right.
Drink and more water.
Does not have the same effect.
I just went more to wine. In 30s, it's like more of wine versus hard liquor in my 20s. It was hard liquor.
I haven't got into my mom is into the wine with the you got to pair this with this and you have a corkscrew. I'm like, my stuff twist off. It don't pair with nothing. Like it don't red, white, I don't care, just as long as it
All
works.
right.
Right.
Yeah, right. Let me go ahead and twist
I want this. I need a corkscrew.
Right.
I do not own that. That's bad. I don't own it. But I don't buy a lot of wine either, so kind of balances.
Right.
Okay. Sleep 8 hours a night.
Who? Never.
I don't. I think I get
Never.
less sleep in my 30s than I did in my 20s. Because I think in my 30s, I'm more anxious now. I have anxiety more in my 30s than I did in my 20s. And I just, nope. Man, I'm not even at 8 hours. I would say on a good night, I get about 6. And if we talking solid, then no.
No.
I get about 4 to 5. Because sometimes, like, my body naturally it wakes up 3 times, okay? It wakes up at 3. I mean, at 6, I'm sorry. And it wakes right back up at 7:15. And about 8, I'm like, I'm up. Sometimes at 6, and then I just, when I close my eyes at like 3:30.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I'm up for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see 8 hours of any sleep. So, and then I'm legally, have insomnia. So I have to, if I'm not taking some type of medication to help me go to sleep, I'm not sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't really sleep. But when I do, I do sleep. 3 or 4 hours. Your body only needs 4 hours of sleep. So I may get 4 hours
Yeah.
of good, just straight sleep.
Yeah, that I'm like, if we break it up,
Right.
right.
Because it's not consistent
Yeah.
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm laying, I may be, it's bedtime, but I may be up, down, or tossing and turning, aching, paining, whatever. But nightmares, whatever you want to call it, but maybe 4
worse.
solid hours.
Yes.
It's not even maybe 4 solid hours.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 hours in those 24
Yep.
sleep.
So Ray Sorrell said Queens. Hey.
Hi, Ray Sorrell. Did he get rid of the bike, right?
Yes.
I can't believe
Yes,
it.
he sold it. I was like, oh my, he got a Honda, which welcome to the club. But I was
I'm
like,
ready
I
to get
can't
me one of those
believe
things he just got rid
that.
of.
I know. I was like, man, but I don't need anything because I'm be too dangerous.
I'm definitely a Harley girl, and I will be on me a Harley. Don't give me a Harley. John. What happened?
I'm too dangerous.
Racer.
Ray said, I pass gas in my sleep and wake myself up.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's a powerful gas.
So Miss Chrissy M, Miss Michelle, C Michelle, whatever y'all go by.
Hey, girl,
She
hey.
said, happy to see y'all.
Hello.
Rosalie said, I feel y'all can't sleep for nothing.
Hey, Rosalie.
Hey, Rosa.
Bentley said, this is awesome, man. I miss seeing y'all all popping up on the podcast. I seen said this morning, y'all make me want to slick cry on the down low.
Oh,
I'm a gangster.
Bentley.
Oh.
Oh.
And then he said, Ray So the lady snatcher.
No.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh,
I mean,
okay.
look at all of us like, oh,
Oh, you snatching ladies with the
Yeah, we
yellow?
did.
Okay. All right then. The bumblebee snatching ladies.
That's the name of our crew. We're going to put the jackets on.
with my Daisy Dukes.
Right, my leg warmers on.
Right, she said with her leg on. With the socks with the little feet. I'm like, oh, she looking bad.
Oh my God.
Other things you should do in your 30s. Never compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
True.
I still struggle with that.
Yeah, I do it sometimes too.
He,
But, yeah.
you know, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, man, she done did all this, and she got this. Why am I in this position?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I go through that sometimes, and I have to re-examine myself, like, because that's not your journey, life.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I had to. 'Cause I'm like, I could be in a good mood, feeling good about myself. Like, girl, you it, girl. And then something happened. I'm like, but you ain't doing this.
Yep.
But you don't look like
Yep.
this. But you can't do this. And I'm just like, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're our worst
Write that
critics.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I struggle with people like, you're so beautiful, but I'm like, when I look at myself, I don't see that.
Right.
And I think like, but then it's encouraging when people are like, no, you are. But then sometimes it's like, stop telling me that, because I'm still, no matter how many times you repeat it, until I see it for myself.
Yeah.
And that's why I have to shut down sometimes, because I'm like, I get too much in my head, and then I start, do too much comparison. So I'm like, I have to stop and take myself back and get myself together.
Yeah.
So Ray said, I miss all of you queens. Glad y'all on air.
Oh, thank you.
That got
Bentley's-
me all emotional. And
I
stuff.
know.
Like,
That
Like,
one
have it been that long since
Right.
we've been doing
Yeah, I think it
it's
has.
been a minute.
Yeah.
Time is going by quick.
Right?
It's about to be next year.
It is. Like in 2 weeks.
Lord.
Right?
Oh my God. Let's not get depressed, because
It's about to be next year.
Oh.
See you next year.
Right.
I guess I'll see y'all next
Close
year.
your eyes. Wait.
What?
Happy New Year.
And
Face
then it'll
Happy
be
New
June.
Year.
Like,
Happy
oh.
birthday.
Right?
Merry Christmas.
Right?
Let's see. Something else you should do in your 30s. Set boundaries in personal and work relationships.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's facts.
I'm bad about that too.
Definitely. Then you want, if you're in your 30s, and we're talking about 30s now, and I know both of you all in y'all 30s. So the things that y'all talking about right now in y'all 30s, when you get to the point of, let's say the halfway point, 44, 45, and then you think about, okay, when I was 38, it took me this many years to, I heard myself saying, I have to do this, or I gotta stop doing this. Now you're in your 40s and you saying, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Y'all at a good point of y'all life right now where y'all can say, you know what I was doing yesterday, I will not take it in tomorrow. And you are beautiful and you can do it. And one person went this way, you went that way, but he created us all individual, separate, different for a reason. Because if we were all the same, then we'll be boring.
Right.
Yeah.
And there'll be no purpose.
It'd be no purpose. So whoever he created you to be that person, give it your all and do it.
Yeah.
I can cut hair and I can cook. That's what I can do. And apparently I can talk on a podcast. How about that?
Just like that.
So here we are. We're just going to do it,
Yeah.
Because in a minute, I'm be in my 50s. I'm like, y'all, I'm in my 50s. Let's go out. Let's go on a cruise. Let's just live, because like life is just, it keeps creeping up on you. When you say, I'm going to do it this time, I'm going to do it this time. It's the time is right here, right now. I think we all in a pivotal point in our lives. We all have done great things in our lives. We're powerful women on this panel, and we just taking that next hurdle. And it's almost like we holding each other's hand to jump over.
Yeah.
So here we are. It ain't no backing up. Let's get it. Here we are.
Y'all might not want to hold my hand. Y'all end up falling because y'all go
I
to
would
jump.
snatch
and
you
I'm
up now. I'll be
when I
dragging
don't
you.
jump, I stand there and y'all just flip over. That hurt my
She's like, what?
Be
We
dragging.
gonna be dragging her, right?
Be dragging her right behind me.
like, 1, 2, 3, go. And I'm like, no,
get up,
already.
get up, get up.
Her knees all scraped up and stuff because I'm dragging her. I'm not letting go. You
Yeah, she
going?
got her dukes on, right?
I know.
Right with them days to do so.
My cheeks gonna be scraped up.
So it ain't no bagging up. It ain't no hesitate. You cannot hesitate. It's almost like jumping out of a plane. Once you out there. You can't say, hold up, wait a minute. Take me back, rewind. We out here. We didn't took this jump, this leap, and all you can do is just go.
Yeah,
there's no other option at that point.
And I did jump out of a plane, and they don't let you be like,
no, you can't say rewind.
I'm gonna go down with the plane. They're like, nope, everybody jumps out.
Right.
I'm scared to do that. I'm terrified.
Oh, we should go. It's in Austin. They
I
have
don't
one
think
here
it's a
in
good
Austin.
idea either.
You just
A perfectly good plane. Why jump out of it? I just
feel like I'm like
yeah. I mean,
la, la.
realistically. Oh my God! People get, I'm sick. Somebody go jump out of a plane. Why?
Now I do
Why
want to
you
go
going
to
skydiving?
to the what's the flight thingy that's like on a 10 on 10.
Oh, I fly.
Yeah, I do want to go to iFly. I do want to do that.
See, that's too much wind, and
Throw
I'm like,
up.
oh,
Like,
too
I do
much
that,
wind
but
on me.
I can't jump out no plane. I'm terrified.
Oh, that's like Six Flags, and I can't do none of those rides, ups, down.
See, I can't do
I
that.
love
My
that.
body not ready.
I can't do Six Flags. I could fall to the earth, but I cannot do Six Flags. I cannot get on a roller
She said she
coaster.
can fall
Oh my
to the
God, I
earth, but
love
can't do
roller
Six
coasters.
Flags.
Like,
I cannot get on roller coasters.
I got on the swing at Six Flags, okay? I'm the loudest thing in Six Flags.
like, Mommy, why is she screaming?
Stop it! Get me off it! Never again. I was sick. Take me home. My kid like, oh my God, Mom, the swing.
Oh my
Can't
goodness,
do it.
that is funny.
Nope. You take me to Six Flags, I'll hold purses and phones. I'm
Right.
not
Right.
getting
And
on
turkey
nothing.
legs. And
Yeah.
give me a
and
turkey
turkey
legs.
What? I
Yes.
might go just for some turkey.
I go down there
I've
for the
never been
turkey
to
legs
Six
or the
Flags.
panda.
You
I
gotta
go for the
You
food.
have to go.
Definitely go for
But
the
my
food.
cousin used to go to Six Flags, and she'd stand in line, that long line with us, and she'd just politely walk across and wait for us to get off the ride all the time. But we used to go for the funnel cakes. I love that funnel
See,
cakes.
y'all ain't tell me
Oh
about
my
the
God.
food.
I go
funnel
for the
cakes is
food.
awesome.
That's the only reason I'm in there. We had a whole membership just so if I was broke, I had that membership and I go to Six Flags and get me some food because I already paid for it.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
If you get a little
Okay.
membership, you get a dinner, you get a snack, you get, whatever comes under that little package. So if I was broke, I'm like, I'm going to Six Flags. I can get me some pando. I can get me a turkey leg. I can get me a hamburger. I ain't get no rides. They want to go ride. I'm going to eat.
I did not know that was an option.
It is an option.
Okay.
Girl, yes. It's cheaper to get a
Investments. We
membership.
talk about investments. I'm an investment.
Invest in a membership. It's cheaper.
so I can eat.
That part.
So Spicy said y'all have a good night. Much love. Good to see y'all on again.
Oh, good night, Spicy.
Thanks, girl. Bye, girl. Bye.
Right.
Bye. Cute.
Okay, so let's see. Things you regret in your 30s.
Okay.
I got 3 years left to regret something.
Like,
Putting work first. Yeah. In my early 30s, I did. 'Cause I'm like, I can't miss work. I got to be there. I got to do it. And I'm like, I let so much that I could be doing because I was so dedicated to being at a job that could probably care less. Like they said, if something happened to you, they're going to replace you. But I did that. Committing to the wrong career. Yeah. Cause you're like, I don't want to change careers. I'm already in my 30s and have to start all over, learn something new. And so,
Right. From the Army to City Trends. Yeah. What was that about?
yeah.
I went from the Army to City Trends. It was kind of like,
I don't
what?
compare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I
I
was-
worked at
I was lost.
I worked at call centers, and it's the worst. So I hit my point when I just started cursing the customers back up.
Oh.
I just got to that point because
Okay.
at the time it was like I was
You one
already
of
in the
them.
field. Look, I was in the field for 30. I said 30 years. I'm just since I was 7, y'all. I was in the field no for like 12 years at the time. For like 11 years. So it got to the point like I was just so frustrated because they kept calling about their Viagra, and I'm just like, dude, like your insurance don't cover it.
gosh.
Now you can do this, and then he like, well, you need to do something, sir. You need to talk to your insurance. Well, sir, get off my phone. Like, that's how it was. So I knew when I reached that point, I was like, yeah, call centers, I can't do it. I just can't do it no more. Like,
In his defense, Viagra is important at a
he was
certain point.
mad. Like,
Yes,
I'm like,
especially
sir.
if he can't mentally get it there, he has to.
I did tell one lady, wait, because she called for her husband. She called for her husband, but she's like, well, he needs his Viagra. I said, well, ma'am, your insurance doesn't cover. You need to call your insurance company. And she kept on talking about it. I was like, well, ma'am, put some anointing oil on your hands and pray over it. And I'm like, and I hug up, and I'm just like, if they rate this call, like, I'm gonna get fired today. Like,
oh my goodness.
So yeah, I reached that point, like, yeah, early 30s, like, I can't do this. I can't do this call center no more. I can't do it. Like, okay, no judgment.
You totally are. So other things you probably regret in your 30s, not starting a savings. I mean, I had a savings, but I got divorced in my 30s and I had to spend out all my savings. So I had to start over.
Yeah.
Having the savings and not touching the money.
Yeah.
That's what I wish. Because I
Well, you
have
gotta
a
transfer it
savings,
back
but
out.
Right. Like, oh, I need that. Let me get that back.
That's what it's for. Yeah. Emergency.
Right.
Transfer.
They were like, don't even put it in there then if
Right.
you're going to keep taking it.
Exactly. Like, so not building the savings, like, hey, because I touch it. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, I be doing that too sometimes. I'm like, well, let me go ahead and get this and put this back over.
It ain't going to hurt.
Forgetting to slow down. So you regret forgetting to slow down in your 30s. Yeah, because I'm just now getting to where I'm starting to kind of slow down to where I feel like I don't have to always be on go. Like it's okay for things to wait until later in the day or to a next day. Like I don't have to do it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad because I'm like, I don't have to do it right now. So, yeah.
Are we talking about procrastination or are we just talking about just, I don't want to do it?
All that.
Okay.
So all of that. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do it.
I get there like, I don't want it. It ain't happening.
Jesus.
Let's see. Another regret in your 30s, rushing into big purchases such as a home or a car. I didn't purchase anything in my 30s so far.
I'm just going to say yes, and I'm going to plead the fifth with the rest.
I feel like I purchased my home in my 40s and I was behind the power curve.
Yeah.
Because I felt like in your 28, 30, in that age group, I feel like that was the best time to purchase a home. I feel like in your late 30s is the best time to have children. Like the things, because now I'm in that space where it didn't make sense when I was 24 when I had my first kid and I was 30 when I had my second kid. And I feel like that was still kind of too young.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't ready, financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, any of that. But 30, 35, 36, if I was 38-ish, I think that would have been a good time for me to have my first kid. Maybe buying a home, hopefully. That's in my own... Since I didn't do it that way, since I didn't do it that way, I'm like, well, wait, maybe if I would have waited, and then maybe if I would have waited, then I would have said, you know what, maybe kids are not for me. Yeah. And I wouldn't even went that route, because, sometimes, never mind. I did used to tell my children, I can't drop y'all off at the fire station, so don't get it twisted. It was a choice to raise y'all and take care of y'all, and because I had the right to take y'all to the fire station. So, and I didn't do that. So, in my 30s, so I did good. No fire stations.
I think like now I can't picture myself not having another baby. Definitely not. But I'm like, yeah, probably because I started so young. So I'm like, I didn't even get to know me. Like, what does Zetra like to do? Where does Zetra like to go or even live? Because I started a family and I'm like, I didn't get to have that. So probably, if I would have waited, it would have saved me a lot of heartache and stuff.
Right.
I wouldn't have got married or divorced. I mean, I was already married when I got pregnant, but I wouldn't feel like obligated to stay in that marriage because you want to have that for your kids and stuff like that. So I probably would have been like, nope, I'm done.
And I got married because I wasn't going to have your child. That was because that's the only thing my mother raised me was don't have kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
So if you're going to lay up with me and we're going to make this baby, you got to marry me. So I married for the wrong reasons. I could have just, how they say, out of wedlock. But I refused to do it out of wedlock. So I married the ones that impregnated me, pretty much.
And see, that's what, like, I'd seen my family so many single parents and stuff. So I'm like, I am not having kids until I got married, and then
It's still be a single parent.
Yeah, exactly. Get married, have a kid, divorce, and raising them by myself. So I'm like,
well, I did it
I
right.
could just had a baby daddy then if I
went out of wedlock. You can't say that part.
Right. Like, did it right.
Right.
Did it the right way. Like,
That's all that matters. But yeah, you raised them by yourself.
Yep. I'm like, man, should just got a baby daddy. Went through all that.
Who that is?
Now I'd be like, I don't know who that person. Like Keke Palmer said, I'm sorry to this man. I do not know who that is.
And I think, and I'd rather say that's my ex-husband because I'm not a baby mother. I'm an ex-wife, so I just feel like it's a difference. People are like, what's the difference? I want a baby mama. I was an ex-wife, or he's not a baby daddy. He's my ex-husband. So I felt that made you more respectable type thing.
Yeah.
But you married nothing. You ain't still nothing, baby daddy.
My thing is, I don't know him. We just share kids. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. Never met him.
You know how it happened. You was asleep.
Yep. I was asleep.
Knocked out. Pretty sure he was.
You're like, are you done?
Yeah.
It's a baby.
I'm pregnant. How that happen? How that happened? I done swallowed a watermelon seed. I don't know how.
I'm not doing it.
So Bentley said, things I regret in my 30s. I regret all the girls that liked me in high school because I was stupid and in love with a stupid. Never mind. Okay. Y'all catch what I'm laying down? Yeah, we get what you laying down.
Yeah, we got it.
And he said he regret not talking to all the girls that liked him. Oh, okay, so he meant to say he regret not talking to them. And then Vincent Webb said, I love to hear women's stories. Hey, Mr. Webb.
Hey.
Okay, so something else to regret in your 30s, not getting out of your comfort zone. So we was discussing this before we started the
I'm
show.
trying to tell you.
Yep.
Yeah. So I made that decision because I was going to make my New Year's resolution before New Year's. Okay. I'm doing different things. So I'm just like, you know what? Lala, well, no, I couldn't say Lala. I had to say, Lanita, let me tell you something.
Right.
Use your government.
It's time. Yeah, I had to use my government. That's when you talk to yourself in the mirror. You be like, nah, Lanita, let me tell you something. But it was like, listen, now it's time to really get out your comfort zone. Because what has been in your comfort zone done for you? Yes. And I thought about it, and I thought about it. This was like last weekend. I was just like, absolutely nothing. I'm still in the same. You know what? So now it's time for me to step out and get out my comfort zone. So that's that's me.
So y'all are watching us effectively. 3 women, 3 different types of women, 3 different age women, different walks of life women on the same day out of our comfort zones. Yeah. Because none of us are in comfort zones right now. Yeah. So here we are.
I think I did like 4 screams before we went live. Like,
right.
No, I'm not ready. Okay, press it. I'm not ready. Okay, press it.
Do it. No.
She's like, we're live.
Right.
Like, okay.
I ate everything under the sun. I had Munchos, beef jerky, Twizzlers. Like, that was my nerves. I get the nervous. I get the eating. So I had all kind of snacks. They trying to go live. I'm trying to like, don't catch me chewing.
Yeah, she's like, wait a minute. Okay.
Wait, I got to sit. Wait, let's go.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay, and the last regret for your 30s is not taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still at that point. 'Cause I'm like, I know I need to eat better. I know I need to sleep more. I need to probably exercise, learn what that means. So I'm like, yeah.
She still learn what that means.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's foreign to me.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah.
Listen to your bodies in your 30s. I'm going to say that because I was in my 30s when I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. So as women, black women in our 30s, when you start feeling things, something is off, definitely go get it checked out, because not getting it checked out takes that chance of saving your life. So don't ignore those signs, especially in your 30s. That's when it heightens.
Yeah.
In your 40s, you got to deal with the breast cancer and this and that. So definitely pay attention to those signs. It's been 12 years since I was diagnosed, but now I got to go back in for, it's almost like a checkup. But of course I went straight into panic mode because I'm looking at this paper like, you know what I'm saying? I got to deal with this again. So, I still have my ovaries, so you still have the chance to have ovarian cancer and this kind of stuff. So it's just like, I thought I was done with this, but you still have to check out our bodies because it's very crucial. So.
Yeah.
And for women, like for instance, like with heart disease or heart attacks, the symptoms are very subtle. So it's something you just write off, like, oh, that's just a pain there, and it could be something seriously wrong because we're so used to, we got to keep going. You know, especially if you have a family, I got to keep going for my family, or there's people dependent on me, I got to get this done, I got to finish this assignment, and you're just writing it off, and it could be something seriously wrong. But then at the same time, you don't want to go to the doctor and be like, hey, so I'm having this pain over here, and they just like, oh, it's probably just stress, it's probably just this, and they will write you off.
Records, write it as stress, or write it as just annotate it so that I have a record. It can never be too small because you just never know because we can't see inside of us. So I say, if it's off, if it feels weird, go to the doctor. Give yourself a chance.
Yeah, because it can be just one part. It can be to where it's like it's your back, and then you go to the doctor, and then you find out it's a whole.
It's your kidneys. It's this. Your liver. Pay attention, women.
Yeah.
So this next section is the 40s. So we'll go to.
I'm not that
our 20 times 2.
Don't do me. I ain't like 48 or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not certified as an expert, but I take it.
I seriously thought you were like 38. I'm like, wait, Tish is
I
like
wish
38,
I was 38, but no, I'm 44. I'll be 45 next year.
Okay.
And hey, so yeah. ID me, card me, please, because I need it. It's encouragement. That's like, you flirt with me because you want to see my ID. Oh, you tried it. You tried it. I'm married, though. Ma'am, your ID.
They just type in anything.
Right. I'm like, you know what? Just go. Yeah, you owe. So what's the question for the 40s?
So things you should do in your 40s. Visit your dream destination.
Definitely. In your 40s, live your best life.
So what is your dream destination? Like, have you been there?
I haven't. I don't know if it's something in the Caribbean. Is it something like Bahamas? Is it something like, because I've never been on a cruise. I never did anything in that exotic area. You know, I was in the military. Of course, I went overseas in that type of sense. But that would be my dream. I need to hit someone's island. You know, the sand, the water, you know, all of that. So
I'm afraid of islands, so I don't end cruises. So why are you afraid of because islands, it's like you're surrounded by freaking water. So what if like a hurricane, where am I go? Can't go inland. Like this is the whole thing. Like
research. It's is it hurricane season in May?
Exactly.
Okay, so what's the likely chances of a hurricane happening in non-hurricane
probably
season?
Me showing up and they're like, this has never happened before.
They're like, it is Central. Let's go.
I can't go nowhere.
Every hurricane season.
Yeah, like you know how you're supposed to go to lower ground. What am I doing going under the sea? Like what? Where I'm gone. This is so. I cannot.
She created her own hurricane. Like.
That's the anxiety kicking in. I create my own thing.
And those are the small things that keep us in this little box and why we don't go and live our best lives because we overthink.
Yep.
You know, we have to just follow through with that thought. You know, the desire. We say we want to. Then just go forward through that I want to. And if we don't do it, then we can only be mad at ourselves.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, and then it goes right back to getting out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yep.
There is no comfort zone.
Keep circling back.
She said, circling back.
You making a U-turn in dirt road. You ain't went nowhere.
So David said we should have our own radio talk show. Very entertaining and enlightening. Different point of views and perspective would be dope to hear while driving.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Bentley said things I should do in my 40s. Pillow fight with all the women I come across. Bentley trying to get locked up.
We already trying to get put in jail.
Watch Facebook flag this.
Right.
We see this as a threat.
Right.
Oh my God.
He's abusive to women.
Pillow fight. Oh my God. He's trying to kill her.
You're violent.
Okay. Wow. Something else should do in your 40s is dress your age.
What?
I guess I got to get them Daisy Dukes out the way before I get to 40. That's not my age. Yeah, I'm determined. Like, y'all don't
what
realize
is a 40-year-old supposed to look like?
Exactly.
Hold on, I got to stand up now.
Show them.
I don't know. I got on some jeans and a shirt. You know, I'm going to say my little street legend. Am I looking 40?
That's I'm like, what is?
I guess they mean like when they had their little crop tops and the little cheerleader skirts and stuff like that. I don't know.
Cheerleader skirts at 40?
I was saying, but you have some 40-year-olds that
twirl,
pull it.
I guess.
They're pull it, like
twirl.
wear string.
Well, I guess, when people make that statement, I can almost kind of see it's like where that person's mentality at.
Yeah.
They could be 40, but they mentally not 40. They could be 30, that mentally not 30. So for me, I don't even dress, and I don't go to misses. So 40s would be considered misses. So I guess I don't dress my age in most people's eyes. And I feel like when I'm doing more formal events or church events, I dress according to that event. You know, I'm not gonna have nothing low cut. I just dress according to my respect level. For myself. So I don't know.
I mean, I admit when I go to the missus section, I'm like, oh, this look old. I can't.
Oh boy,
I can't wear that.
Had them old school tablecloth punchos.
Yeah,
like and let me tell you something.
Wait a minute, hold up. I almost got offended, but I don't know why. But I don't know.
Do you have a tablecloth
poncho?
The missus. That's what I think. Like
the missus, though.
I mean, do you own a tablecloth poncho?
I might don't know about it because
she's like, wait, I got a poncho. Is this considered tablecloth?
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry. I take that statement back.
So I need to be looking for tablecloth and poncho. Apparently, I need a poncho on. Because I've been trying to figure out what does a 40-year-old dress like. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to Google it.
It's going to be a tablecloth and a poncho. I already know. I said a moo-moo.
Yeah, I said a moo-moo.
So another thing you should do in your 40s, flirt with confidence.
Oh, definitely. Flirt with confidence. If you're married, if you're in a relationship, you better flirt. Because guess what? If you're flirting with somebody in your 40s, most likely he either in his 40s or a little older. And if you ain't flirting, somebody else flirting. So make sure you be the flirt. Okay. I'm always the flirt. I'm everything. What do you want me to be today?
I'd be too shy to flirt. I don't. And then it might be something I consider flirting. And they were like, that's not flirting. That's not it. Like, okay. So I got to have somebody on the same level of weirdness as me to where they be like, okay, I see you, girl, flirting with me. I see you.
I think we better recognize her flirt, though, because it'll be definitely something that we won't ever know her to do.
Yeah.
So we'll be like, okay, is that you down there flirting?
We need to have a flirt talk, because I was
who's flirting with who?
Right. Then you flirt with yourself too. You like, girl, you cute.
Oh yeah, I do
Like,
that.
hey, boo.
Like, girl,
That same confidence you be on the outside, right?
Oh, I'm like, girl, turn around real quick. Okay, look at all that, girl. You know that look cute on you. Turn back, turn back.
Hey, boo. Like,
But put me in front of a guy, I just be like, so it is. Not, yeah, maybe I just need myself because I can flirt with myself. Bentley said, yeah, flirting with confidence. Zetramon show, ask your yellow friend about me. She's still tripping though. So she gonna make me be ugly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why you gotta call her yellow? Don't do that. See if she watched this, Bentley. You done ruined your chances again. This dude.
Right.
Okay. Other things you should do in your 40s, make amends and pay attention to your emotional health. I think you should make amends with yourself.
Yeah.
And if you did somebody wrong, then yes. But I think really at this point, you should be making amends within yourself and letting yourself know it's okay. Like, this happened. I got to move forward. I can't keep living in this place.
I think for me, probably in my late 30s, I made those amends. And now in my 40s, I'm okay with not having those relationships.
Yeah.
So I'm in my 40s and I have to cut off family, friends. and I'm okay with it because it probably wasn't the most healthiest relationship for me to be in. I'm the most happiest I've ever been in my life, you know, and that's because I was able to be okay with being okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like it's uncomfortable because you're not in a abusive relationship or you're not in chaos. It almost seems like what's wrong because I don't fuss all day. I don't fight all day. I mean, I'm really in a good place in my life. And it's because I said, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
So letting go is okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely, and then not only do you make amends with everybody else, you got to make amends with yourself. Like
We
Zesha
stop
said.
cheating on ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Because I know it was, I think, was it this year or last year? It's one of the New Year's. I just thought
They
to
all
myself,
blurred,
I'm like,
right?
man, if I really hurt somebody, I need to call everybody. So I just called like people that I just thought, because I'm like, you know, what's up? So I called like, hey, if I ever hurt you, I ask you to forgive me. And you know, that's just what it is. You know, I want to, just because, you know, I'm asking for forgiveness don't mean I'm asking for you to be my best friend. I just want you to know that, you know, I apologize if I ever did or said anything to hurt you.
Right.
So that's what I did. And then I had to talk to myself like, hey, you can't keep on being mad at yourself for what, you know, for hurting somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
Now you got to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. You have to forgive yourself.
Yes. Okay. That's the next one. Stop living in the past. So in your 40s, you should stop living in the past.
Absolutely. To blame, you know, what we've been through is for the reason why we haven't excelled or why we haven't accomplished those goals would be, you know, at our own fault, because what we've been through is not where we're going and not who we are. So, you know, I may have had a rough life, or I may have been abused, or I may have had the short end of the stick, or I may have been robbed or raped or whatever. But if I allow those things to be the highlight of me trying to move forward, then I won't. You know, I wouldn't be here right now. I try not to talk about, you know, we think about what we've been through, but that doesn't have to be the reason why you can't move forward. And sometimes we stay in the past because we're afraid of what it looks like to not be the victim.
Yeah.
And I never say I'm a victim. I always say I'm a survivor, because a victim tends to continue to be a victim. And a survivor tends to move past that victim stage, you know, because I'm not a victim of my circumstances. I'm definitely a survivor of everything. So we gotta let it go.
Yeah, I seen a thing that says when you let an event or situation overtake your life, then it becomes more than what it was, which was a moment in time. It becomes everything that you are, and you giving it more power than if you would have just left it in the moment.
So true.
So the New Day Fresh Way owner said, yes, queens. She used to be the one
Hey,
that
girl.
vibe with the
Hey,
candles.
I
and stuff.
know.
Oh my
I
god.
use my ashtray all the time.
Hey, girl.
I use that peace candle. That candle is
I need to get some
everything.
things.
She is awesome. So Bentley said, I'd be forgetting the past until the Duce kick in. And then you hear an old song that reminds you of her or a certain situation, then I go off. Man, them songs be, oh my gosh. You could be like, I am healed from that. I am in a better place. I am
Yep.
centered. That song come on, you be like, you know what? I can't
You the
believe
reason
I
why
let
I'm
that
drinking. You know what? Let me get up.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
Been there. Or movies. Or movies is just pop up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, we used to watch that. Stupid.
Yeah. It's like I done came out of my piece.
And then
Right,
you know
like,
we do that. The people around us are the people who get the.
Yeah.
So we end up,
Most of
we
it.
get that if we watch a movie and something trigger us, and the people you around may not know that was a trigger.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you look at him like,
I didn't even do nothing. What, 'cause
right,
I ate the chips? Like, what?
right.
Right.
So we have to be able to catch ourselves in that moment. Like, okay, hold up. You know, that was that situation. That is not
Yeah.
every single situation. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing I had to learn within the last few months of my life is to take a moment for a moment and let it be that moment. Stop carrying it, stop overthinking on it, and stop getting upset. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's the moment. That's that moment there. I'm over here now. Let's see. J. Dot said, even if you're not ready for the day, it cannot always be night or something like
Oh my
that.
God, TikTok.
I know. Listen, how about I heard that when I was driving, and in my head I transformed from day into night. And I'm like, oh, this song keeps going. It's a whole song. I only know it from TikTok, so when it kept going, I was like, oh, okay. Well,
I didn't see that. I'm new to a TikTok. I'm new to it. I'm like, what is?
She said, I'm new to a TikTok.
I'm new to a TikTok.
girl, now you showing your age. I'm new to a
Her
TikTok.
40s now. Hey.
Baby, come show me that TikTok.
Show me that TikTok thing.
TikTok. There's only one of them.
TikTok. Okay. In your 40s, you should have a retirement plan.
Well, yes, you should. You absolutely should have a retirement plan in your 40s. You should be able to say if something happens to me. And unfortunately, I was in my 30s when I was told I was retiring, and I was not in a position to retire, and I still have to work. So definitely start that 401k plan, that savings. Savings is savings. We're talking about savings.
Yeah.
Savings is savings. You definitely want to have that cushion. You don't want to have to. At that point, it's okay to ask for help, but you still want to be in a position where you've put up enough money back that if something do happen, you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to be I don't want to be in my late 40s and have to call somebody like I need help, but I have.
Yeah.
Because things happen, life happen. Because I'm a type person I'm gonna do for everybody else, and then now I don't have whatever emergency came up for myself and I need the help. But now I'm in a position where I'm willing to say, I need help. Can you help me with this? But I won't just sit on nothing. I'm gonna work regardless. I'm gonna do something. So save, and save.
Yeah, I'm like, I need a retirement plan. I know I was talking to my son, and he just started working. I said, you got to start now, and trying to get him to save money. And he just started dating. So, girl, listen, that's another show.
Wait a minute.
My blood pressure, that's another show. But I'm like, you want to do these things. You need to start saving. You need to start doing. I'm like, because look at me. I've been working since I was like 15. And if I would have been at one job, I probably could retire. But I'm like, I've been working for 20 something years and I don't have a retirement. And so I'm like, I don't want you to be that way. Not that you need to stay at one job that you don't like and stuff, but have a plan because you just never know. I'm like, I'm going to probably end up at Walmart doing greeting or something.
It's a job, so.
If they still hire, because yes, I've seen that. Like the pay is pretty good. You just stand there.
I work in Walmart.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I need to do that. But I'm not a people person. They probably just be walking by. I just like,
told you it's two people.
Yep.
Yeah,
talk to people. Like I gotta now, even walking into places like that, I gotta talk to people. Cause I'm like, it's rude to just walk by when they're saying hey. So I'm like, it's just like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
I was just saying that. I don't know if everyone knows. If you walk in the room, if you're the person that walks in the room, you are the one that's supposed to say hi. Do we all know that? Oh, okay.
I seen that joke some more. Queens of Comedy. She did. Right. She said that, she told her granddaughter, when you walk in a room, you're supposed to speak. And she's like, but grandma, you don't speak. And she's like, because they know I don't F with them like that.
Well, see, that's double standards.
But you speak.
Right, but you speak. Don't do what I do what I say. You know what I'm saying? Don't do as I do as I say. But just thinking about it in dynamics, going into locations and places, being around. If you the person that entered the room and you may be like, ain't nobody said nothing to me. Well, really, in reality, the person who walks in or enter the room should speak.
Right.
Yeah.
So you coming in through the door and there's people already in the room and you expect them to say hey to you, they probably not. Yeah. They wouldn't know like, how the hell she don't say nothing to me? Right. And that's just the culture of that. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta work on that.
Yeah. And
so when you enter a room, hey.
And if they don't speak back, then
it's on them.
Right.
You did your part. Right. Yeah. But you make sure if you're the one that walked in that room, you're the one that said hello. So it won't be on you. You know? So that's how that works. In your 40s, ladies.
Okay, so I got time. Okay.
You ain't got time. You gotta practice now. You ain't got time.
You know about it now. So
you know better, you do better.
Right?
You know better, you do better.
She said 40s. I got something.
Don't be bringing your 38s into your 40s and not speaking when you walk in the room. So you got to start now so you get to practice when you turn 40. 40, you can automatically be like, hello.
Nope. The next day after 40, I'm gonna be like, hello, guys.
Now you want to speak.
Now you want to speak for 2
yesterday you ain't
years. But for 2 years, you ain't saying nothing when you walk through the door.
Now I'm 40.
I'm 40 now, I know.
Right.
Hi.
They're gonna be like, yesterday you ain't say nothing. Yesterday I was 39. I'm 40. Hello.
Why didn't say nothing 5 minutes ago? 5 minutes ago, I was 39.
Right. It's my birthday right now. Shoot. Oh my goodness.
Bentley said my mama used to give me money for dates. And that's one thing I don't give him. I'm not giving you money. Take nobody out. Okay. I digress. She should have never let me take any of them sea donkeys anywhere. Now I'm mad at my mama now because you made me think about the past. Oh, you adopted mama? You know that ain't your real parents. We had that conversation now. Okay, so in your 40s, you should grow your mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's not when you turn 40 and speak when you enter the room, because that's growing your mind at 38, 39. So by the time you are 40, your mind is grown. It's grown.
Mine's just going to start growing on my birthday at
11:58.
11:58.
I ain't grown till I'm 40, so
Right.
I'm childish.
No
Childish.
Oh my goodness.
In your 40s, you should be naked more.
I plead the fifth.
What if you got kids? Can you still?
I'm gonna stay in that room.
You been standing there?
It's mommy's naked time. Everybody stay in your room. I got dinner coming right now. Y'all get in your rooms. Shut the door. Don't come out unless you want to see something.
Oh my God.
In your own private space, not walking around out in the kitchen, no. But if you have the opportunity in the moment and to be free, I definitely say embrace being free. You shouldn't be all, and it's just you in the house.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, if it's just you.
But
then.
some people are not comfortable with themselves enough to even be free with themselves alone.
Oh shoot.
So if you're not okay with
I know, like listen.
so why would you be uncomfortable if you in that way with someone you care about?
Because
Listen,
that's
that's another show.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it
two.
is.
Stay tuned.
Think
Yep.
about it. If you're
Yeah.
comfortable, the most comfortable in your own space, no one is around, and you love yourself that moment.
Yeah.
Why would you shift?
I think because you think of someone as having expectations, and you've seen different bodies, and mine don't compare to that. And
So now,
Mine's-
what they got to do
so-
with you? How you feel about
so
yourself?
then I'm like, let me put this shirt back on.
You can feel one thing about yourself, but then if that person could be like, "Oh, why they look like that?"
Yeah.
Well, definitely don't be in
man.
nobody's place.
My
that
ex
make
didn't
you feel
have
like, ugh. No.
Like my exes didn't look like that. Is that what it
But
does?
we definitely are telling ourselves this person is thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then it makes
Because
you uncomfortable.
They're
so-
not even thinking that. It's not even on their mind. They're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I get to see her with no clothes on. Yes.
He's like,
See, 'cause-
Hey, that's my birthmark. Leave
That's
it alone.
growing. So when you turn 40, be confident no matter what.
I mean, I'm
Because that's growing your mind. That's a mind thing. That would be a
growing.
perfect example of a mind thing, because can no one, if the way I feel about myself right now, I can care less. The next person may not even, I maybe look good to some person, may not look good to the next.
Yeah,
I'm not there for the people who don't like me.
Yeah.
I'm about the one that see me and be like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
That reaction, that person, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
So if I see myself as like that, then if I'm in a space with somebody who obviously want to be in my space because they in my space, in a place where I'm probably in a place that I'm comfortable, then I
my
should be I'm like,
kitchen.
here I am.
Nope.
She said no.
Because I'll be like, here I am. You be like, hey. I'm like, never mind.
Another subject. We're going to write this topic
said,
down.
"No, wait."
We're going to write this topic
Renee,
down. 'Cause This is go with the next episode. Thank you for being a friend.
Bentley said, God brought us in here naked. I'm going to be naked. I mean, okay.
She said, okay. I feel you.
Okay. And so the last thing you should do in your 40s is learn a new skill.
Why y'all was
I'm
definitely always learn new skills. Always. You know, never limit yourself to anything. You know, you always have room to grow. Yeah. So try something different. You know?
Yeah.
I agree.
No scuba diving.
I'm definitely not getting in nobody's water under there with all these little things floating.
We just said comfort zone, ma'am. Right. She said that don't apply to me in this case.
I wonder, like, since I'm allergic to shellfish, you know, I think about I love the beach life. I love beaches and all that. So I wonder if I get in the water, would that break me out?
Yep, a shrimp fry, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Does it break you out, like, even being around them? Like,
just period. If you had shrimp today, I would know, because I would break out.
Oh yeah, then
no, you can't.
So I can't get in the beach water. So that's probably why I'm breaking out too. If I went to the beach,
I mean,
the sand, the shells, the crustaceans, all in. It might be. It's like a big old boiling pot of shrimp.
Yeah, because some people their allergy is more like for you when you said if somebody even had it. Yeah, so that might.
Dang.
Girl, how you gonna go to an island?
I don't know.
She just wouldn't be going to the beach. She'll have to do like the pools. Like the little,
like I'm gonna get a final one, the bubble. You get in a little bubble, you just roll around like she rolling around this big old bubble. Who is that?
I know. Like she done passed by this short, like go get her. You see the Coast Guard bringing her back in.
She went out her comfort zone for real, didn't she?
Be on the news, Coast Guard dragging the little bubble back.
Oh my God, it's funny.
She said the Coast Guard.
Yes.
That's how far you gonna float in that bubble.
She's like, wait, where are you?
Well, we gotta call somebody Tish way out there.
Oh my goodness.
That is hilarious.
So J Dot said new skill rose. Bentley said new skill to learn in my 40s. Never mind, I'm about to go back to Facebook jail. Okay. So,
okay.
All I can do is hold my head down.
Like, leave them alone.
Yeah.
That's probably what's wrong with most of us now. We not, we desensitized to realness, and we use those artificial stimulators to. And then when you have the real thing, you don't really know how to react to it.
It's like it don't vibrate.
It ain't moving the same because it ain't no battery in it. What you
I need you to do this. I need you to do this.
There's a human being right there in front of you. You know that, right? Be patient.
Right?
You gotta relax.
Oh, that is, I mean,
right.
that is false expectation.
It is false expectation because you're not expecting one to, like, if it's 5 level for you, that mean they don't mean they are 5 level in speed with their normal, natural body parts.
Yeah.
You know?
5
I need you to go.
How many buttons you gotta push to get
you on one. I need you to.
Like Ray Sorrell said 2 minutes later, like, wait a minute. 2 minutes.
That's why I tell you, 2 minutes is great.
She's like, I'm sticking to that. 2 minutes is fine.
In your 40s, too.
Right.
You got to grow your mind.
You got to grow your mind.
Okay, well, I'm like this, bro. I'll cross that line when I hear 40.
Rosie got them stems on it, honey.
So thank you everyone that commented, that watched. We appreciate it and learning about our 20s, 30s, and 40s. Y'all want anything to end with or?
Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for giving me out of my comfort zone. And I actually drove here by myself.
Yes.
Normally I have my bodyguard, my Uber with me, but
Uber.
I couldn't acquire his time tonight. So here I am. It's good to see y'all ladies. I miss y'all. I ain't seen Zetra and Lala forever.
No, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's on and popping now.
Yeah. And again, yes, I want to thank you for inviting me also. I got that message. I was like, yes, ma'am, I do this.
Absolutely.
That's out of the whole, out of the comfort zone. Because I was like, oh gosh, okay, I'm gonna say, okay, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this, and I'm like, oh, no, can't say it. Okay, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, no, I can't do it now. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna put the phone down, and I'm gonna walk away. And then I'm like, no, because then I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, did they reply back? So I'm like, okay, send. okay, don't reply back too fast because then it's like it's probably no.
The pressure is on. Like, yes. Mm-hmm. But we definitely, y'all always support me, and I'm always support you all. That's what it's about. Yes. Queens is supporting one another, and we all on our own different journeys, but we all doing it together in our own way.
Yeah.
So I
and
love
thank
y'all.
Everybody for teaching. Thanks for teaching us how to handle our 40.
Yes, y'all better get together because I'm trying to tell you. Hold on to your seats.
Yes, it's a lot we learned. Another thing I would suggest, because remember I just said the dream parties and stuff like that. So that's I'm definitely gonna start back doing that. Vision parties, like to do like a year vision party. Like where do you see yourself from what's today, December 13th, all the way to December 13th, 2021, December 13th, 2022.
Right.
What is your goals? And then once you knock that goal out, you remember in school you get an A on your test and you get a star. Yeah. Put a little star by every goal that you accomplished within that year and do a 5-year goal. Yeah. So that's what I say. Like I already have a bucket list to 40. So like everything I knock out is like, all right, did it.
Right.
So I would suggest like everybody just take some time out and just do it. Even if you do it by yourself, it don't have to be a party with everybody. Just take some time out and say, okay, where do I see myself within this next year?
Yeah, I think like when you do it with everyone, then it's that accountability because it's like, hey, where are you on your thing? As opposed to when you do it by yourself, you're like, okay. But you do, because it does hold you accountable to actually
it does.
Do okay. So Bentley said, wait a minute, we need 2 more hours. Y'all can't leave yet.
Right. WTF.
He said, enjoy seeing y'all back live and in the flesh.
Oh.
Yeah, we still here.
Yeah, we here.
Yes. We pimping. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
So we're going to end with TikTok.
Tick-a-tock-a.
Tick.
Here we go.
It's a special day for a special one, man. Let me see what y'all boy don't got me, man. Let me see. Man, what this is? Soap. Man, I got soap in the closet already, bro. What they going? Dancing bubbles. Man, y'all not real ones, bro. What is this, bro? I ain't tell y'all to do it. Y'all ain't had to do it, but I appreciate it. Let's see what y'all got up in here, man. Why Fancy Bubbles by, oh, man. I know y'all ain't get it off Instagram. Fancy Bubbles. Man, I needed this soap, bro. I appreciate it, for real. Oh, man, I love y'all. I love y'all for this.